Forum. Commitment was the theme of this year's 29th annual USAEUR Teen Forum. American and Canadian teens from all over Western Europe converged on the General Walker Hotel in Berchtesgaden, and it was obvious from the outset that they were committed, mostly to having a good time and maybe even learning something. Now, walking down the side of a cliff may not seem like your idea of a good time, but some of the teens, with experienced rappellers Ron Paoletti and John Bracewell for supported instruction, decided that might be fun.
Take your time.
Later, though, some did have second thoughts.
Okay, nice easy swing. Bend your knees. Gotta get those knees down. Good. Good so. Nice and easy.
Meanwhile, at the golf course, Hank Shamlis from the 7th ATC in Grafenweer showed another group of teens the art of hitting a golf ball, something that looks easier than it really is.
Okay? That's all we're gonna do.
Look at this baseball ball. I'll show you.
Rappelling and golf were only a couple of things that went on at this year's Teen Forum. Some of the teens spent the weekend just clowning around. We'll see that tomorrow night. From Berchtesgaden, Ralph Stinson, AFN News.
Necessary wheeling. Now,
Being a clown is not as easy as it looks. It's not just putting on makeup and acting silly. It's hard work, as these teens discovered at the USAEUR Teen Forum's version of Clown College this past weekend in Berchtesgaden.
Looks a lot better around the eyes. Try a little bit more white around.
To help out, the Teen Forum brought in Bill Haney and Joe Southern, two masters at clowning around. But why would anyone want to be a clown anyway?
Well, I'm kind of a crazy person, and when I'm a clown, I can be as crazy as I want.
The clown class was an all-day affair, and Sunday night, the students got to show the teachers what they'd learned, welcoming guests to the Teen Forum variety show, and clowning around as part of the show itself.
And now since I owe you $1, I'll give it to you, and then I won't owe you anymore. So thank you. But you still owe me $1. But I only have $1. Okay. You only owe me $1. Okay, well, I guess I'll have to do whatever happens. Okay, here's your dollar now. And you still owe me $1. I paid you $1. No, you owe me another $1. I paid you $2. I paid you $2. I paid you $2. Well, pay me that one, and then we'll make sure that it's $2. No, that's not fair.
Tomorrow night, we'll take you behind the scenes to TNN, the Teen News Network. From Berchtesgaden, Ralph Stinson, AFN News.
Career choices. After all, getting a taste of the TV news world can be exciting, as we'll see in this report from AFN's Ralph Stinson.
Good evening and welcome to TNN Central. I'm Larry Orvis.
And I'm Judy
Something new at this year's Teen Forum was TNN, the Teen News Network. Steve Lewis from 7th Corps Sports provided the expertise as these teenage reporters, camera operators, and news announcers learned the basics of television news.
Of course, it's a pretty in-depth bunch of stuff to try to cover. So I approach it with just some very few basic rules about sitting in front of a camera and trying to make a decent delivery. And the technical stuff, I cover a little bit with the field crews who go out during the day while these kids are in here practicing at the news desk. And so it's basically fundamental rules. We're not real polished here, but we're very serious, and we're also having fun.
The course was only one day in length, and the idea was to give the teens just a taste of television. And according to Steve,
they're doing great. This is the second group. We got 2 days of this, so we got a separate group each day. The kids yesterday were great. These kids are just as good. The enthusiasm, their seriousness to work, and their overall attitude.
We caught up with one of the field teams as they were covering the variety show rehearsals.
Well, I had plans on after finishing school to be an air traffic controller. But as I get more off into this, I mean, I'm beginning to want to take some classes to do with this, you know. I figure it's an adventure for me.
lugging the stuff around is hard.
Yeah, you do get tired of carrying it. I mean, my back is hurting right now. But besides that, this is fun. I mean, sometimes it can be kind of boring, but you just wait around, action begin to take place.
From Berchtesgaden, Ralph Stinson, AFN News.
On the financial
action began to take place.
From Berchtesgaden, Ralph Stinson, AFN News.
On the financial...
Every year for the past 29, the USAEUR Teen Forum has ended with a bang and a variety show. This year was no exception, and there was lots of talent among the American and Canadian teens in attendance, including one group from Stuttgart that writes and performs its own music.
Several of the kids come prepared, and they know what they want to do, and some of them have even performed it before, but we just want to give them just the extra little professional touch with it to help them along.
There was just about every kind of entertainment that you can ask for at this year's Teen Forum Variety Show, from clowns to dancers to song. The show ended with all the talent getting together on stage for one final number. From the 1986 USAEUR Teen Forum, Ralph Stinson, AFN News.
Well, Kathy, Ralph did a nice job this week, didn't he?
Fantastic. And AFN photographer Peter Krause.
That's our report. Have a good weekend.
Good night.